my dear Capricorn. This is a love reading, a prediction for Pisces season, February 19 to March 20, 2020, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. The first reading I did was for the birthday sign Pisces, and I'm reading the other signs in the order of most appreciated videos from the previous love readings published for Aquarius season, the season we are in right now. You can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And for those of you that don't get the notification of my videos being put up, even if you have chosen to have notification, there's a troubleshoot that can help you, and it's also on the community section of my channel. And this will be a love reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So, when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. Use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you personally. And I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Gilded Tarot with Ciro Marchetti. So, when I open your deck here, I see Strength card together with the Hermit. So, it seems like there's two people that's kind of walking away from each other, both due to something that they are called to do by the divine, since this is Major Arcana card. So, this person seems to... they have learned about strength and self-control and to acceptance and to be a little bit more stoic and kind of accept what is and roll with what is and not try to control everything or change everything, but rather accepting the truth of it and acting accordingly. And the Hermit is about going inward and finding yourself. So it might be a person that's a little bit lost to who they are and to what they want with their life, or what's expected of them, and so forth. So they go inwardly to find this out. And it's also 8-9. So it seems like both, even if this person kind of might be miles apart, they're still kind of walking on the same path anyway, spiritually speaking. So I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Hermit with the Four of Cups in the upright position. So I'm seeing different scenarios. The first thing I saw was that this Hermit probably have been like this a lot in this relationship. Either this is you or the other person, have been like rejecting the things that, the gifts that's being coming to them, because they needed to go into this soul search. So maybe they were easily overwhelmed and wasn't sure on where they wanted to go from here, so they couldn't make decision, they couldn't accept gifts of love and so on and so forth. But on the other hand, the coloring reminds a little bit of the fearsome lion in the other card, which might now be this person is now maybe secretly or in a way that might be not so obvious, maybe trying to, if this is the other person, trying to get in connection with you, and now you are ignoring them. So it's a little bit changed roles, not totally, but a little bit. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we see the Ten of Pentacles and with the Four of Cups. So this is someone being offered kind of commitment or a great job or a lifestyle or a future, but kind of doesn't want it. It's maybe the grass is greener somewhere else, or maybe as if it's the Hermit kind of person that they feel maybe a little bit tingly, like a little bit depressed, okay? So they are not super interested in the worldly things, because everything seems a little bit bummed. They're feeling bummed out and everything is boring and nothing is really great. So someone being a little bit depressed. So the 6 elements, and here we have the 10 of Wands together with the 10 of Pentacles. So if you have been with someone that you have gotten really tired of because they didn't want to commit, it's because they seem to be very scared of responsibilities, and they might have some kind of karma or trauma when it comes to responsibilities. And it seems like maybe you have carried the bigger load in this relationship, while the other person was kind of denying all the fruits you and the abundance that you put on the table for them. But it's out of this fear and feeling of being overwhelmed, depressed, a lot of different things. So they might have acted tough on the outside, but on the inside, I think they were having some problems. Two of Cups, acting tough on the outside, but really I think there's love here, but the person is kind of standing away in the way for love and can't be really constructive with working on the relationship. And it seems to be some kind of karma and some kind of repetitive pattern, maybe with this person, but maybe also with you. Sometimes when we fall in love with unavailable people, it's because either we don't feel like we deserve love, or we conveniently fall in love with a person that is unavailable, so that we don't have to be in a committed love relationship, because it might be also too scary for us. So this is not easy, but usually the subconscious is solving things in peculiar ways. So we want to keep track on our shadow and our subconscious in the best way possible. And one clue to find out what kind of programming you have in your subconscious is to see where your fears are at. What are you scared of? For example, if you are scared of abandonment, it seems like we are being drawn towards what we are mostly scared of. So if you're scared of abandonment, probably you have been abandoned before, and you might not be sure about being in a committed love relationship because you might get abandoned again. And usually then we put ourselves instead in a situation where we certainly will get abandoned. So it's the same, the subconscious is working in the same way. For example, if you have said yes to a party you don't want to go to, and conveniently enough you get a migraine the night of the party, that is how the subconscious is helping you when you can't really help yourself. So I'll just tune in here for a few seconds to you and your situation, Capricorn. Okay, so this is the new bottom of the deck, and we have a Page of Cups in the reversed. So it's this problem with people wanting each other, but in the same time don't want each other because of this subconscious fears and needs and wants and worries and anxiety and things that's being dealt with kind of by the subconscious. So I'm seeing one person have been denying the relationship all along because of fear of love. The other person has maybe tried to have a commitment, but if they would have been with a partner that wanted them, they would have run in the other direction. So that's what I'm feeling here, and that was what I was trying to explain before. So people are, it's the inner child that's hurt with both these people. And this is the old bottom of the deck, and it's the Seven of Wands, where you maybe have took turn with denying each other entrance to your heart or your soul or your life. This is what's on your mind, with the person most on your mind, and this is the situation. And this is what's on their mind about you, and this might be more than one person that this reading is about, and it can be a love relationship, any kind of partnership, friendship, family related relationship. It can be the relationship with yourself even. Your feelings for them, and this is the bond that binds you together, and this is their feelings towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes towards them, the outcome for you, and their behaviors and attitudes towards you. So we start with a situation here, and we have the Temperance card, or the Alchemist card, Alchemic Wedding. And it's when we have a trauma or a wound, like our inner child is traumatized in some way, and it's the problem with the heart chakra, since this is the Page of Cups. We meet someone that has usually the same wound, but they have reacted with this wound in kind of the opposite way than what you have done. And that's because you're supposed to learn, you're supposed to get balance. So if your partner has reacted with escapism, you probably have reacted with feeling like a victim, feeling abandoned, trying to overfunction to fix what's not being fixed by the other person. And you are supposed to, in this case, learn to have better self-control and to be able to take care of yourself. And the other person is probably supposed to learn to open their heart and give a little bit more of themselves. I call sometimes this card a demon dance. It's when your shadows or your demons are dancing together. It's usually a card that it can be shown in your life as having a strong attraction towards someone. And sometimes it's someone that you kind of instantly know that it's not good for you, and there might be a lot of red flags, but you can't help but falling in love with them, or wanting them near, or wanting to be their friend, or whatever. So you're drawn towards this person even if they might not be able to treat you well. And you're supposed to learn to treat yourself better and learn to untie the knots that you have tied for yourself, probably in a situation where you couldn't do better than to create a subconscious survival skill, for example, when you were a child. And now you need to teach yourself better reactions and better methods to deal with pain of different sorts, and mistakes or betrayal, or things that doesn't go smoothly in our life. So this is what's on your mind about the person, most on your mind. So you think that they are unavailable, that there might be connection between you, like through dreams and things like that, and then you might have a better understanding, or at least some more closeness. But in real life, it seems like it's very hard to connect with this person. That they seem to be so lucky on their own. They don't really need you, and they don't really act like you matter. So that's what you have been, that's your conclusion, I guess, about the other person. And this is what's on their mind about you. And we have the Justice in the reverse. So we can notice that Justice is number 11. 1 plus 1 is 2, and it's the High Priestess. So these are in the same club, also together with Judgment. That's 20, 2 plus 0, 2, 2, 2, 2. So this is like a court where the High Priestess holds the wisdom. Justice is kind of the jury, and Judgment is the whole court. King of Swords is also belonging to this group, and it's the judge. And Queen of Swords is the lawyer. So what we can see here is that other person, they seem to think that you're taking revenge on them, that your recent strength is you trying to get back at them for what they have done towards you. I don't think your reason is revenge per se. It might be like a nice consequence on the side. I think your reason is self-preservation. You don't want to be smushed or smashed or crushed in this relationship. So I think it's survival that have forced you to become strong and have better self-control. Every two is about choices, self-control, figuring out what you want, holding back, or deciding how to move forward, So it's like this opposite. Either I go that way or I go that way. But usually twos are about, it's like a pause before something else is happening. So here people are assessing the situation, and you think that they are elusive and kind of act like they don't care about anyone else, and they are closest to themselves and they don't need anyone else but themselves. And from their point of view, they are thinking you are taking revenge on them, and that you have put some kind of ultimatum or demand on them. And I feel like a revolutionary spirit here, so they probably think that, hell no, I'm not going to agree with that. They are not going to be able to make me bend, or they are not going to get the upper hand on me. And I'm also sensing, like, beneath all this, that this person kind of know that they have been in the wrong towards you. It's just that it was rather comfortable to be in the wrong and still being appreciated and treated nicely. So even if they knew they didn't give you all the love that you deserved, they wanted you to continue doing that, and they didn't want to have to, you know, better their ways, because that would make them feel bad, and it was kind of better for that you felt bad. So doesn't seem super, they seem a little bit, tiny bit selfish, okay. And we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So Nine of Cups usually shows that you have this very comfortable relationship with the people that you're supposed to be with. So it's like easy to be around them, and even if you are apart, you feel the connection. But when it comes in the reverse, it's both that one person probably have taken the other person for granted, and maybe become a little bit spoiled and a little bit greedy. Again, the Nine of Cups is connected to the Hermit, and we have the Strength and the Hermit in the beginning, showing that there was a gap between you two because people were walking in the different direction. And this is, and I was talking about this connection that might have been on 5D level, but not on 3D level. And this card is indicating the same. So, and also the High Priestess. So you might be dreaming about them and having strong feelings about the situation, and having a hard time letting go, but there's no real manifestation, what I can see. So this is your feelings for them. And we have a Six of Wands in the reverse. So here we can see you also riding in this direction away from them. And it's the Six of Wands. So again, I think you agree with me with them being spoiled. It's a little bit like this movie about the Emperor Cusco. I think a DreamWorks picture, or maybe Disney. And it's about an emperor that's super spoiled, but he's being is being transformed to a llama. I don't know the animal in English, but it's a South American like replacement for the cow with long hair and long throat. And he was transformed to this, and he had to go the long way to learn how to not be spoiled and be empathic towards other people. And I'm thinking you are feeling like this person needs to learn how to not be so darn spoiled or selfish, and be able to be empathic towards other people. So it's like you're taking care of yourself and your own life and your own success. You don't want to continue giving, but you're still in the relationship, we can say, because it's a Six of Wands, so it's connected to the Lover's card. And here we have Death in the reversed. So with the Justice card and Death here both being in the reversed, I'm thinking that the one that wants to take the revenge is actually them. They want to take the revenge on you for changing. So they're very angry with you, but they might not show it on the surface level, but inside they are kind of, I feel like this steel of anger going through them like a sword almost. But with this Death card here in the reverse, even though they're angry, they are not able to move on. And that's one of the reasons why they are so angry also with you. How could you do this and put them in this situation where you are not together anymore, you're not having this the same balance that you had before. And you're not supposed to have the same balance, it's supposed to evolve, but this person doesn't like it. They want the old balance where there was injustice. So they feel angry with you for that you have changed, and that you are not pampering them anymore. Why did you need to destroy such a good thing? And since they haven't walked a mile in your shoes, they don't know what a tormention this must have been. So they can't understand it just yet. So this is your behaviors and attitudes towards them. And we have a King of Wands in the reverse. So we can see that there's a lot of Leo energy with you. It might be that for some cross watchers that identify themselves as a fire sign, they might be on this side. But anyway, there's a lot of Leo energy. You had the Strength, that's Leo, and here you have 6 of Wands. It's Leo and Jupiter, and this is Leo. So you might have maybe a fire sign like Leo, fire, in your chart somewhere. And this is now coming more to display. You taking more charge, taking more control, taking control over your future. You're not giving it away to someone else. You are actually taking the matters of creation in your own hands. You're not waiting for someone else to be nice towards you and fix things, or start to go together with you or work together with you. You're working on whatever you want in your life. You're working on having it yourself. And we can see here you are kind of riding in this direction, very focused, but on this we can see you're looking towards this person, but you're turned towards this. So I think you're wondering, okay, I was so tough, I was trying to walk away here, why am I not able to? What is it that I still need to learn from this relationship? So you're looking back and trying to figure it out. You still want to move on. They still want to move on. And this is their behaviors and attitudes. And we have a King of Cups here. So Scorpio, they have Leo, so they might have Scorpio somewhere in their chart. And it's death and it's transformation. So it seems like this anger is coming from a place where they're actually sad. They could have continued in the way that things were forever, probably. And they don't like how things turned out. We have both justice and death, so might indicate some kind of divorce. And they still love you. However, the King of Cups can sometimes be a little bit secretive with their emotion, and he's also turning his back towards you. So I think this person still loves you, but don't want to admit to it. And we have 2 kings here. So it shows kind of that both of you have been able to learn what you were supposed to learn. You were supposed to become more strong, independent, having self-control. They were supposed to open their heart. So I think the pain of this relationship crashing down has actually opened their heart, but they are not really ready to admit it, I think. So we have the Emperor here, though. So the outcome is like destined to be them being able to admit it, because now here we can see now the person is turning towards you and coming with some kind of action. The Emperor is action oriented, so taking charge, taking action, trying to maybe fix the situation. And with the Emperor, we don't know if they're going to be the good king or the bad king. So we don't know if they're going to fix things so it becomes splendid again for them, or if they actually want to change things in the depths. But the Death card here, number 13, 1 + 3 is 4, is indicating that they are going through this transformation right now where their heart is being opened. So the destiny wants them to open their heart and be able to give more love. So if they don't use their free will to work against their destiny, this is what's going to happen eventually. And it doesn't seem like it's too far into the future. It seems like they still have a time where they will resist this. They need to do this sequence in the, do this movie journey, like the Emperor Cusco from this movie, which I don't know the name in English for the movie, but they need to do that journey first. Then they will be able to be a real emperor. Okay, wow. So, energy oracle cards, and we have hostility. So this is where this person are at right now, and you can expect them to not behave particularly nice at this moment. It might be also that they will come through, like the emperor here. They still have this in their back pocket, that they have, you kind of don't know your lover until you let her go. I'm hearing this song. So I think they didn't appreciate you before the relationship kind of broke down. But with this hostilities here and these cards here, I felt this anger, like with the sword in their body, like ice cold metal anger. They might still want to use this anger to in some way control you or control the situation. And well, a lot of Yin Yang. Yes, it's the Temperance card, so you are each other's opposite. And we then have appreciation and 6th chakra archangel Metatron. So I think this advice is for you, that even if life isn't super fun right now, this is kind of this 9 of coins in normal tarot. So it's about taking care of yourself and having a lot of self-esteem and feeling your own self-value and taking life as it comes, like appreciating the roses and trying to keep out from the thorns here, and focusing more on the positive things in life than focusing maybe on this person here not being able to really behave because of their trauma that have made them feel like they need to control other people and be the person going against the stream and not agreeing to anything and not cooperating and needing other people to submit themselves to them and their ways and how they want things to be done. And here's also the 6th chakra archangel Metatron, which shows the third eye. So I think you are supposed to kind of wait in this state until Spirit tells you otherwise. So don't have patience, okay? Don't fret, take it easy, have ice in your stomach. Don't expect like a big change exactly right now. The change is ongoing, but the person might come to you still as this kind of like a little bit of a clown. And you just need to know that this is not it, that the person needs to come with their heart on their sleeve towards you. So, romance angels, to see what's the outcome for this relationship. Whoops. And we have codependency. Addiction are affecting your romantic life, and this has been true for a very long time. And this is what you need to prove when this person comes. You need to prove that you are no longer codependent to them, but you actually can stay in this Leo energy of having a self-control and being strong and not falling back into like trying to protect them from themselves, trying to protect them from hurting or feeling bad by running around with this cushion if they fall or if they do something stupid that make them fall. So with the King of Cups can sometimes have problems also, like being a drug addict or have emotional problems because they have so much emotions, and sometimes particularly when we are dealing with our masculine side doesn't always care for being emotional, and culture is not always providing the male with support for being emotional. So a person that's born very emotional and adapting to the present culture might get very conflicted. So they might start with drugs or alcohol or other things to numb their emotion, which they think are inappropriate. And that makes their partner or the people that's close to them, they need to kind of carry the load of the emotion. If you can imagine that there's 2 glasses of water You can imagine the Two of Cups card that came before, but it's 2 glasses of water. When people are connected like this, it's a pipeline going between them. And when one is suppressing their emotion, it's going to fly up in the other person. So I think that maybe this has been the dynamic between you, that this person has suppressed it and it has flied up in you. And therefore you have been trying a lot to fix the relationship because it was so painful when it wasn't fixed. So that made you codependent. But with these cards here, and if you can include the Emperor here as well, you are becoming much more solid and strong, having clear boundaries. So you are supposed to deal with this codependency. So don't be codependent to them anymore. Don't run around trying to save them. If they can't communicate what it is they want to say, you need to say, I can't understand you. You need to communicate better. Don't put the words in their mouth, or don't say, oh, you need to do this so you will get this outcome. You need to say you're sorry. They need to figure it out themselves. You are not their mother or father, okay? Or maybe you are, but if it's small children, we need to have still guide them like this. And these relationships are by nature codependent. But if the person is like an older teenager or above, they have their own responsibility. Okay, so my dear Capricorn, if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for Aquarius season that is up. We are smack in the middle of Aquarius season as I publish this prediction. And there's also pick card readings and near personal readings up on the first page of my channel. And if you have problems with not getting my notifications, there's a troubleshoot on the community section of my channel for this. So I will come back with more near personal readings and maybe pick a card readings during February. And I will also come back with a similar reading as this, but for Aries season in the end of February. So until then, take really good care and bye-bye.